welcome. My name is Marilyn Harder. I am a Pilates instructor and Pilates master trainer. I'm here today to teach you a little bit about teaser. So teaser is one of those exercises when you finally connect and you connect in the right way, your body feels like Superman, Superwoman, where you feel like you could do anything. So before we begin, there's a few contraindications for teaser. If you have anything going on in your SI joint and it's unstable, you should never balance on that point. The other contraindications are if you have an everted tailbone and balancing on that point feels very painful and uncomfortable, don't push through. And then finally, if you have anything going on in your back, disc issues, fusions, things like that, and the work does not feel good to your body or is not available to your body, do not push through, do not move on. Just know that there's always modifications for you. If you have any questions about modifications, just go ahead and hit me up and I would be happy to share those with you. All right, so the prerequisite for teaser truly is a really good roll-up. So if you haven't watched my previous videos on a roll-up, go ahead and backtrack to that. And once you get that nice, perfect, buttery roll-up, we're ready to start to build and perfect teaser. All right, so the base of teaser is our balance point. Our balance point is when you are sitting on the peaks of your sits bones. I'm going to have you grab behind the back of your legs and just sort of kind of create this laundry basket feeling, like I'm trying to hug myself into my legs, and then I'm going to push my legs away, finding an activation on the back of the hamstrings with the quads joining the party. As I do that, I feel my shoulder blades draw back and down. Exhale, pull the ribs in, and I have what I like to call the thoracic tug of war. Now, the last contraction or connection within our teaser is going to be the oppositional connection of the deep lower abdominals and our glutes. So, hands behind the back of the knees. I'm going to walk my feet in a little further, and I'm going to draw my shoulders back and down, deep neck flexors, and exhale to pull the ribs in. Now, on the second exhale, I'm going to hollow into the deep low abdominals and kind of tilt back just a bit so I'm between the sits bones and the tailbone. All right, so in this position, I feel deep activation of the lower half of the rectus abdominis, but the entire rectus abdominis is coming to the party. Shoulder blades are active. My glutes are firing, and I'm thinking about gaining length through the back of my neck. This is considered our balance point. So I just want you to tippy-toe your toes back and make sure that nothing changes there. All right, holding very actively in those arms. We're going to float one leg up into a tabletop and then the other. In this position, we're going to use the oppositional pull of the arms and push of the legs and hollow at the belly to find and hold and connect. If you do not feel the deep lower abdominals and glutes in this position, you should never let go. If you were to let go at this point and you didn't have that connection, you're going to feel it all within the deep hip flexors, and then as a response into the low back. Those are two most common places where clients feel the teaser work. So they rewind, go back to the basics, go back to this connection. All right, so when you're ready to move on through teaser, you again want to find those three sandwiches: glutes, low abdominals, shoulder blades against ribs, thoracic tug of war. And now I'm going to go to tiptoe my toes backwards, pushing my legs into my hands, finding the hamstrings along with the quads, glutes, and that pretty tabletop. Okay, when we're ready, we're going to just extend our legs. This is called creating a longer lever. So I'm going to extend one leg and make sure I can keep those deep low abdominals, hamstrings, glutes, quads, and lats, and then lower, and then the other. So this choreography just challenges our ability to stay there, and then lower. Now, if I've got it, and I'm like, okay, I kept it, try to extend one arm out, and then the other. If you can keep the low abdominals on, reach to the crown of your head, squeeze the glutes, And if you feel this in the low back at any time, come back to that connection and continue to build. Once you're able to consistently hold that tabletop teaser and let go, your body's ready to move on. Not everyone is going to feel great with their legs fully extended in that balance. Some examples would include myself. I have scoliosis, and in that fully extended teaser, I feel a lot of tension into my tight side. However, I can stay connected in the tabletop. So just know that if you have things going on in your body, you don't have to go to that full balance teaser to get full teaser. So now we're ready for that full teaser. I'm going to go ahead and go into that roll down, engage the glutes, deep lower abdominals, hamstrings against quads, shoulder blades against ribs, thoracic tug of war, and then curl it down. The roll up is a prerequisite for teaser because as I come up, I'm going to use that roll up. If you have been using the towel from video 1, the first time you do teaser, go ahead and use that. All right, so at the bottom, I like a Pilates V with my feet because it invites the deep hip flexors, the deep hip rotators, glutes, gluteus medius, lots of muscles into that party to give you the greatest amount of support. Arms are going to come up overhead just like for that roll up. Ribs are drawn in. Shoulder blades back and down. We're going to exhale, start to chest lift up. As soon as you see your toes, you can start to float them up. Think about lengthening through glutes, abs, hamstrings, quads, length through the crown of your head. Your teaser is going to be your perfect counterbalance. It doesn't need to be super tight. It doesn't have to be super wide. Whatever feels connected to you. Now start to curl down through that tailbone. As you draw it down, as soon as your low back hits that towel or the mat, you can slowly lower those legs down in space, coming back to the mat in one solid unit. Ideally, when you're doing that, you've got deep transverse abdominis connection. So while I was talking, I was a bit challenged on keeping those abdominals nice and flat. So instead, breathe. The exhale should feel like a flattening connection, as if you're wearing saran wrap around your midsection, and as you exhale, you're trying to draw in and away from that saran wrap. All right, again, I'm Marilyn Harder. Thank you for tuning in, and enjoy those teasers.